On today's episode of Watch Go, we try to get this boat ready to go all the way to Florida. What is going on, guys? I'm Watch Go, and today I'm here with the boat's new owner, who is not here because he's at O'Reilly's getting tools. He just bought the boat from me, and then he brought like an entire garage with him in the back of his car to get this thing home. And of course, while I was going around like, oh yeah, the bearings look good, we were like, huh, well that one doesn't look good. So I was like, well, let's make a video prepping this boat trailer to go 1,500 miles, Kansas to Florida. So I'm sure David's gonna be back in just a moment, but first we had to get the bearing buddy off of here and try to figure out exactly what size hub nut that is there. It's pretty big, and we were trying different sockets, but it was so packed with grease we had no clue that it had a castle nut in it. So now I have to figure out how to get a bearing buddy off, which I've never done before. It looks like it's just kind of pressed in there. So I'm just gonna tap it back and forth with a hammer, might get a block of wood. I cleaned it all up and I sprayed a bunch of knocker loose in there. I sprayed knocker loose on every wheel, every bolt on this trailer, so if he gets stuck on the side of the road, hopefully it comes apart easily. So I see like a gap there. I'm gonna just... Well, that wasn't that hard. Too bad I disassembled the entire thing before starting. Now I'm gonna have to put all those C-clips back in there and reinsert the grease cap on the end of it. But we'll get that all cleaned up. I did a lot of cleaning already. First, I need to get this castle nut off here. So, I've got a screwdriver right here. Let's see if I can pry my cotter pin up. I bet I have this socket. So I'm gonna clean it up again, try to get some of this grease off of it. Oh, it's completely loose. No way! That nut was 100, I just turned it by hand as soon as I grabbed it. Look at this. I guess I should get the rag out of the shot, but, well, that might explain a lot. Let's tighten it down and see what happens. I'm gonna get that bearing out for inspection anyway, but I bet that bearing's okay. Hub nut coming off. I didn't even have to go get tools. I was about to go grab the socket set, but apparently a rag is good enough. That bearing does not look bad. Throw it on our rag here. Here is the hub, and it's still full of grease. The bearing looks okay, but it's a Temkin and it's easy to find, so O'Reilly should be able to get this fixed right up. So the Temkin bearing is an L44643, it looks like. So now we're gonna do a try two on removing a bearing buddy the correct way, and it is soaked with knocker loose, so hopefully that helps out. Let's see what happens. There we go. That is about 1,000 times easier than what we did the first time, which was disassembling this entire thing, taking out those C-clips and all that good stuff. Come on, there we go. And of course, this one was loose too. I guess we probably should have pulled the wheel off first, huh?
I was just thinking that same thing. Exactly.
Good thing we have cordless impacts. We'll get that wheel right off. David, you want to do the honors?
Good luck.
The fast way.
The right way. Do it the right way the first time.
That's right. So we got the shaft all cleaned up now, and bearings are out. Time to clean all this up, slap some new bearings in it, and it should be ready to go to Florida, I hope. We're using Gabe's solvent tank real quick to clean up the hubs and the washers and the bearing buddy and everything, so I can reassemble that. We are gonna have to get all that grease out of there. So I'm gonna run back to the house, get like a screwdriver and knock all this junk out of there, because it is just packed with grease. And then we need to get the seal out. Fresh wheel bearings, some Federal Moguls. These are L44643s, just like the Temkins. So it's cool that the part numbers cross over there. And now we're gonna rebuild the bearing buddy, so I can show you guys what to do in case you tear down a bearing buddy. We've got our housing here that I just spent forever cleaning up. I'm gonna make one more pass in the little notch that the C-clip fits in. I'm just knocking out all the old nasty grease that was in this thing, because it was, I mean, there's so much grease buildup that we've been removing for a good half hour here. Okay, I've got the rear snap ring in. I just slid it in the back. This isn't that hard to rebuild. Slide in your grease cup. This is actually the stamp piece with the grease zert on it. And make sure it's sliding in straight. It should pop right back onto that snap ring. Put the spring on here, and then you have to try to get this snap ring in. And of course, I'm doing all this without snap ring pliers. So I'm just gonna push. Got it. Push with your screwdriver, because that's all you got on you. So, bearing buddy is rebuilt. Oh yeah, it floats in there on its spring like it should. And now we've got marine grade grease just for these boat trailer bearings. Open up the pot of gold. Ooh, yeah. I don't want to waste all this grease on the lid, so I'm just going to use this to kind of scoop it in there. Oh yeah, getting a lot of it in there. And now I'm going to go grab some gloves, and we'll use those gloves to pack in tons of this grease. We're just going to grab a big glob and push it in. Now I'm going to get all the old grease out of this one and repack it with the new stuff. Oh yeah, that's gross. And that looks a lot better. New bearings, and these have been freshly cleaned in the solvent. Drop our bearing in there, look at that. It runs super well. Disregard the sun going down, it just magically changed hours by a few. David had to run to Redneck Trailer Supply and get the rear seals that keep all the grease in there. So we've got a whole bunch of rear seals for it. And now I grabbed some gloves so I can get the rest of the old dirty grease out, and I grabbed my Taco Bell cup from dinner a couple seconds ago. I'm gonna use that to throw all the grease in there so I have a place to dispose of the grease. Two things on this hub. I gotta get the rear wheel seal out. Got it. Wasn't that bad. And the second thing, after I get the bearing out of here, I'm gonna take my gloves and use those to clean all the old grease out of here. And put it in my new Taco Bell grease cup.
Hey, what's up, man?
I made a grease cup.
Oh yeah?
I was going to throw away the trash, and I was like, man, you know what I could really do with this trash? Put grease in it.
Nice. That is some nasty grease though, man.
It definitely is. But I've been disposing of it on shop towels over and over. I've wasted so many shop towels, and a glove and a cup is like the easiest way to get rid of all this bulk grease.
Yep.
So now I just need your solvent tank one more time.
Too easy.
That's a cup of grease. Need that for anything?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks.
All right, cool. Whatever. Your loss.
Yeah. what exactly am I losing by not taking that?
I don't know. I'm just
some cinnamon twist to go ahead and
yeah, if we had cinnamon twist. I was just showing Gabe that the flutes on the cinnamon twists are perfect for removing foreign materials that you don't want on your, well, mostly on your chalupa.
It's just because you have a problem with sour cream.
It worked out really well. You take
yeah, but now
they're fluted, right? So you just find the sour cream, and then you can bore it out with your cinnamon twist, right? And then you throw the cinnamon twist away, and your taco tastes better because there's no sour cream and you've got cinnamon sugar. Perfect. It's a win-win.
So did you ask for no sour cream?
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
And they
I was gonna say, you can just ask for it that way.
And then I was like, Gabe, let me go get the bearing packer tool. And Gabe was like, no, let's just do it by hand. I think the packing tool is pretty easy.
Look, okay, so take your bearing.
You know they make automatic packing tools for these things? That's what we need. That's fancy.
Just take the bearing.
Uh-huh.
Got that grease in there?
Push it in.
All you're doing is pushing it in. You're basically pushing the grease by putting that little puddle on your hand, or dollop, whatever you want to call it, and you shove it in there by scraping that bearing across the bottom.
I just finished cleaning up this hub too. It looks great, ready to go together, and the other wheel bearings are on their way from O'Reilly's.
Cool.
And we've got brand new rear seals for these bad boys. Here you go.
Thank you, sir.
And I guess you've got the hammer, so I'll let you
I'm just gonna line that sucker up a little bit there.
get to tapping. Looks pretty good to me.
Done.
It's all the way flush.
Because we enjoy the entertainment factor here of chasing bearings.
That's basically exactly it.
It's more like a game of whack-a-mole.
I'm trying to avoid your fingers hardcore. Ah, okay. All right, we're gonna go get a 2x4 and do it right. You ready?
And just say whack it.
Check it. So much easier.
Yeah.
Gabe's just gonna send it.
Send it, babe.
Awesome. So we gotta put our washer on the front, then we've got our castle nut here. And this time it's not gonna be finger tight. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, that's tight. Too tight, actually. Back it off a little bit. Cotter pin on our castle nut. Bend that guy back all the way over, right where it was before. And now we can put our bearing buddy back, which I might have overpacked with grease to start with here.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Drive it home, use a wood block and hammer. This thing's gonna be full of grease. Now we just have to flip it to side 2 and repeat.
Yep, everything's good on the back.
Oh, I cleaned all way back in there too, so that should be awesome.
Excellent.
Yeah. All right, let's put a wheel back on.
Groovy.
Oh, we're gonna rewire the whole thing. Let's do it.
Yeah, it's a whole kit. It's like what the whole.
Heck yeah. Are they LED?
No, I didn't get. I just got the cheapies.
Well, we're getting new lights on this trailer today too. It's gonna be a new trailer going down the road.
I think because of you, we've done more work on this trailer in one day than we have the entire time.
Right, yeah, there
It's
wasn't
been
gonna be any other work on this trailer.
Well, I said I was going to wait the next 2 weeks from now to pick it up. You'd have had it repainted at the rate you were going.
Yeah, we would have had the fiberglass redone. All of it. It would have been just you get a new boat. Oh, this is 2019.
Work schedule didn't allow that.
Gotcha.
And I put a Sharpie. Watch JR not go.
Yeah, we're not. Let's just not put any decals on it so nobody gets blamed for this. All right, let's put this wheel on.
I got one.
These things fit tight.
They did. It was tough to get.
There we go.
Is it lined up?
All lined up. Oh, you better believe it's lined up. I wasn't going to do it twice.
Listen, we're making jokes about this. It's going to go 1,500 miles and not break down.
I bet you make it. If you do it on the side of the road, it's just still full of metal and everything, you know.
Right.
And the way we did it, you got new parts basically. So
In the back.
Yeah, well, in the back, which is fine.
Yeah. And then
You're halfway there.
you ever see Weekend at Bernie's?
Should be good to go. So much nicer. The trailer saga continues here. We're gonna pull brand new wire for the lights. So I've got my fish tape here. I'm gonna feed that up through the tongue. And then, hopefully, if all goes according to plan here, we can just hook the new wires on and pull them right back through. Should be just about to the hitch.
Not yet.
Oh, I bet I'm hitting those bolts. There it is.
There you are.
Okay, so we're gonna hook the new trailer wires on there with a little electrical tape and we're good to go. Now we're gonna cut the old wires that run in the frame. Now I've got all the new wire in here and suck all of the brand new wire into the frame to make it super nice. It's getting dark fast, but we just got all the wire fished down through the frame for the new lights. This trailer wiring is going to be exceptionally nice. Don't forget your heat shrink before you start soldering. I usually just start soldering and then put the heat shrink on, which requires undoing and redoing it all.
Nothing worse than having no lights and people pass you, kind of giving you the
yeah.
I love you salute.
Yep, that's what they're saying.
Hey, I'm number one.
Super nice joints. One thing I forgot was my heat gun. Gotta go get that now. So we have the driver's side light all wrapped up now. It's all heat shrinked. And I'm going to slide the whole connection back up in the frame rail here. And this should be really clean when it's done.
I think it's supposed to go underneath the light.
Oh, it's supposed to flip, so it's like up here?
So
I
it's
see.
underneath the white light that's there.
I
There's
see.
a license plate
Well,
light.
you know what? I think you've got it right, because if you did that, this would block the, it would block the light.
Right, it would.
So, well, now there's a license plate holder on the boat too. Good to go, ready for a tag. And we're gonna do one last test of the lights. Throw the shop towels out of the way. Oh yeah, we got lots of light.
You want to hit brakes and stuff and make sure we...
Sure. Brake. Left. Right. You're good.
All right.
And here I thought we were done with the boat yesterday. Just never works out like that, does it? Ever. So when it showed up today, I wiggled the wheel and I was like, you know what, that wheel bearing isn't as good as we thought, right? Because it moved a little bit and David was like, yeah, let's fix that. So we fixed it. Everything's been rebuilt, both wheel bearings, the bearing buddies have been repacked. It's super nice now, honestly.
Yeah.
So I think he'll make it home no problem. He has to drive 1,500 miles back to Florida. He's going all the way down to like West Palm Beach area. And he's got new lights. Yep. We replaced all the wire in the trailer, fished in new wire, so it's better than ever. And everything on the tongue's all greased up, so hopefully it's ready to rock. I hope he has no problems all the way home. The tires, they still feel great. They're not dry rotted somehow.
No.
It honestly doesn't even make sense. Yeah,
cool.
doesn't that blow your mind? So I hope he makes it all the way home with no problems. And if we did our job right, at least the rear axle will be fine. So
I mean, that's half.
Yeah, you're good.
That's pretty good.
It's actually not. I mean, if you have a tandem trailer, you're doing pretty well to begin with.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
you're gonna do okay.
I mean, we forced more grease into the old one too. So.
Yeah, we did grease the other. Good to go.
Yeah.
So now we have to find another watercraft, I guess.
We'll get something going.
And this time, if we do it during the winter time, nobody's gonna want to buy it from us. Like, this boat sold the day I made the first video, basically. That's
true.
That's when David sent the first message. He was like, I'll come get that boat. You don't have to fix it. But yeah, we did it anyway.
And now I like it.
I know, it's so,
like,
you fall in love with this boat. It's super nice.
It is a nice boat. It's.
Oh well. He said come down to Florida, we can hang out. Oh.
I can't wait to see the movies or the videos he sends us.
Yeah, he's going to send us videos, and Florida is a good place for this boat. It'll get used a lot more.
It'll be better than what we could do. I mean,
Yeah.
we're just little lakes and ponds and stuff.
We can only use it for like a few days of the year, too.
Right, he's going to be out there.
Yeah, perfect. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and I will talk to you next time. Well, there's that pond out at the shop. We could just shove it in the pond real quick. It'll probably be fine.
Probably.
Well, I mean, one of us will flip the cover open, one of us will run the fuel injection, and the other... There we go.
Oh, did you get that bottle back?
I did. I got the squirt bottle of gas.
Did you show him how it works?
Yeah. I was like, so you fill up the float bowl through this little pipe, and then it starts right up like a champ. Yeah. And, you know, I wanted to keep it original and do the mechanical pump too. And I guess one of David's friends said put an electric in it. And I was like, no, we're not. Gabe said put an electric in it too. That's a no-go. Original. Everything in this boat is like the same as it was in the 60s. And we either just put back the closest part we could or slightly improved. So that was my goal.
An electric fuel pump would be
slightly improved. Big no.
No. You put a low, you know.
I know. We even had the pump sitting there.
Low pressure.
But original. Because if you don't do the original, you got to put a block-off plate on the engine and go through all that nonsense. No point. Just keep it original. It was like $60 to put a original pump back on it.
Squirt bottle's the way to go, though.
The squirt bottle is the nicest fuel injection. Fuel injection's the nicest fuel injection. Please, no more carburetors ever in my life. I hate them.
You know that's all I got here.
I'm out. I gotta leave now. Those boat tool guys don't screw around. They said they were sending me something, and then this pulls up in front of the house. How's it going? Not bad. Man, that's like a whole semi truck just for 3 pallets. Moto Cool Expert. This box just has swag in it. Fiat coolant. Can't wait to fill up the Fiat 500 with that Moto Cool Expert. Awesome.